Yes, a very good morning. We are live at LKM TV program Agafiire Mweki. As usual, every Fridays we shall be here with professional journalists who are always in the field, who are always on air, who are updated with day-to-day issues. My name is Yosam Guchwaki, the host of this program, and we shall be doing it from 9 to 11 a.m. every Friday. And today we want to look at Masindi'S development gap, whereby we are going to look into a lot of things. Good enough, already we have our journalists present. The panel is already fully composed and set to go. Masindi is one of the traditional districts which started way back in about 1960s. But we are seeing districts which started with Masindi, right now some of them are cities. When we talk of Mbale, we talk of Arua, we talk of Masaka, Jinja, Gulu, Lira, Hoima, our neighbor here. They are all very far. What has changed them most is that they have benefited from very many capital development programs, including USMID, including MATIP, including getting modern hospitals, among other capital development projects. So we want to look into these issues with these journalists who are always updated with the current affairs. And I have a very, very competent panel of journalists from different media houses who are going to digest into these matters. And I want to introduce them. I will start with Nicholas Amoti Omoswaswangule. He's a professional journalist at Kings FM. He is always very updated, and he knows what Masindi wants, where it has come from, and where we want to be. Nicholas, you can introduce yourself.
Thank you, moderator. I'm happy to be here. As you have said, I'm Nicholas Amoti, commonly known as Omsasangwe the General, a professional journalist, well experienced both in the field and the air. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. He has even baptized himself General. I don't know a General. Next is Charity Atura, the only female journalist we have in this studio right now. She's a very competent journalist. She works with BBS Radio. She's a news reporter. She's an anchor. She has a vast experience in this industry. You can also introduce yourself.
Thanks, moderator. My name is Atura Charity Mwijukuru Kamanyiro Mboro. I work with BBS FM as a news anchor, presenter, and at the same time talk show host.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Charity. Next is Richard Ayeranga, a very professional journalist, a news anchor. He is also a talk show host at Radio 7. He has worked with many media houses, including Kings FM. So you are so much welcome, Mr. Ayeranga.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator, and the entire staff and management of LKM TV. I cannot really take this very wonderful opportunity for granted by not thanking you to give me this opportunity. As he has told you, I'm called Ayeranga Richard, news anchor Radio 7 Uganda, talk show host who has worked with all the three media houses to talk about the radio stations, Kings FM, BBS FM, currently on Radio 7 Uganda. We're looking forward to cooperating with you, everyone who is watching us on LKM TV. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Richard, for honoring our invitation. And we're expecting Stephen Wandera. He's also going to join us anytime. He works with NTV. And for that, let's first have a short commercial break. We shall be bouncing back shortly.
Discover your home away from home at Kabalega Resorts, Hoima, located just 4 kilometers from Hoima City on the Hoima Masindi Road. A real resort in an eco-environment, nestled near the stunning Albertine Escarpment and historic Mparo Royal Tombs. We are the perfect blend of convenience and charm. Treat yourself to our cozy rooms, mouth-watering meals at the restaurant, and refreshing moments in our outdoor pool. Whether you're here for business or leisure, our conference facilities, camping grounds, and fun-filled kids' playground are ready for you. Escape, relax, reconnect at Kawalega Resorts, Hoima. Your adventure starts with us. Book today. Discover your home away from home at Kabalega Resorts, Hoima, located just 4 kilometers from Hoima City on the Hoima Masindi Road. A real resort in an eco-environment. Discover your home away from home at Kabalega Resorts, Hoima, located just 4 kilometers from Hoima City on the Hoima Masindi Road. A real resort in an eco-environment, nestled near the stunning Albertine Escarpment and historic Mparo Royal Tombs. We are the perfect blend of convenience and charm. Treat yourself to our cozy rooms, mouth-watering meals at the restaurant, and refreshing moments in our outdoor pool. Whether you're here for business or leisure, our conference facilities, camping grounds, and fun-filled kids' playground are ready for you. Escape, relax, reconnect at Kawalega Resorts, Hoima. Your adventure starts with us. Book today. Discover your home away from home at Kabalega Resorts, Hoima, located just 4 kilometers from Hoima City on the Hoima Masindi Road. A real resort in an eco-environment, nestled near the stunning Albertine Escarpment and historic Mparo Royal Tombs. We are the perfect blend of convenience and charm. Treat yourself to our cozy rooms, mouth-watering meals at the restaurant, and refreshing moments in our outdoor pool. Whether you're here for business or leisure, our conference facilities, camping grounds, and fun-filled kids' playground are ready for you. Escape, relax, reconnect at Kawalega Resorts, Hoima. Your adventure starts with us. Book today. Discover your home away from home at Kabalega Resorts, Hoima. Located just 4 kilometers from Hoima City on the Hoima Masindi Road. A real resort in an eco environment. Nestled near the stunning Albertine Escarpment and historic. Discover your home away from home at Kabalega Resorts, Hoima. Located.
If you see Wandera Stephen's stores, he works with NMG, which takes Monitor, KFM, NTV, among other platforms. He can also introduce himself to the viewers.
I hope I'm on now. Okay, thank you, Ndugu Sam Guchwaki. My name is Stephen Wandera. As he has told you, I work with Nation Media Group, that is NTV, Monitor. Better late than never, you know, as journalists. We have many stories to work on and let in so that my viewer or our viewers are able to. After here, we shall, we shall go for a breakfast sponsored by me.
Let's go to our main topic, and I'm going to start with you, Mr. Richard. You have been in Masindi for long. You have covered the news in here. You have read the news. You are always on the ground, and we are seeing Masindi missing out on many opportunities, including government programs like Usumid, Matip, which is supposed to construct the market. The program which is supposed to work on the municipal infrastructure, especially the roads, the drainage, the hospital. For us, we keep on complaining. They keep on saying, next financial year, this financial year. Where is the problem, Mr. Richard? As far as the development of Masindi, especially Masindi municipality, benefiting from the central government programs, capital development projects is concerned.
Thank you very much, dear moderator, for that wonderful question. The whole issue is, where is the problem? Why has Masindi failed to benefit from these government programs? One, I will start with the issue of fighting one another amongst our leaders. I think is the one who is one of the major problems which has hindered the development of our Masindi municipality. That is to say, failing even to benefit from government programs. How? In Masindi, there is an issue of, for example, Mr. Guchwaki, if you're the one who has a program which is developing our Masindi, there is a lot of politics. Politics will come in. How can Guchwaki bring such a kind of a big program? In Kokora. It means when we are going to stand as mayors, I'm giving just an example of mayorship. This Guchwaki brought this kind of an initiative. He will beat me in a forthcoming election. So let me try to fight hard, said that I killed that program which has been proposed by Guchwaki. Fighting amongst our politicians in Masindi is one of the key issues which is making us fail to benefit in some of these government programs. Then there is another issue of the voters, the electorate. We don't mind on which kind of a fellow we are supposed to vote for. So long as someone comes and buys a kombucha and gives you, you just vote for that person without bearing in mind that if I vote for this leader, will he go and be able to lobby for Masindi?
Can he influence?
Because of excitement? Someone who has come, has joined a group, has bought for you a pot of marua, amaso yogamanyiri, you know maso. With kind of that excitement, you just vote for an individual. So that is also to be blamed to our electorate. If we are voting for people, let us assess which kind of people are asking for our votes. Can they be able to lobby for us? If this program has come in, for example, government has announced that in Masindi we were supposed to benefit from UCMED. Do we have those leaders which have the capacity to go and influence the government, to go and make a follow-up? Why has this one failed? Why has this one failed? Things of the kind. I think we as voters and fighting amongst our leaders, let it stop. Let it stop for the development of our Masindi at large, not only the municipality.
So do you want to say the civic competence of our electorates is still lacking?
Highly
The
lacking.
civic competence.
Highly lacking.
I've been seeing many people in this region saying that Masindi has people who are civically competent compared to other districts. Do you want to dispute that?
Well, much as it is higher than compared to other districts, but it has not been used, it has not been put into practice. They have
When
not,
it comes to voting.
when it comes to voting, they have not put it into practice. Let it go into practice. We feel it through voting. Let us make an assessment before voting a leader. People of Masindi, don't just vote out of excitement.
So you've talked about the issue of infightings, leaders fighting themselves. According to you, what instigates this? When you see a leader is fighting a fellow leader because of championing something, you find, for example, and this has not just started, the infights. It started a long time ago.
Yes.
In early 2000, because we saw Birija fighting with Kabakumba, bringing Ernest Kiza, among other leaders, fighting themselves, wanting to say, I'm the boss, I'm the one who can reach this one, I'm the one who can reach this one. What do you think brings this? Because you cannot be the bull of everything, because in leadership there's what we call unity for a purpose. Even if you are coming from different political parties, but there are things which unite you. But in Masindi, this has failed. We saw it at the issue of the university.
Yes.
How leaders were fighting themselves. It will not go here, it will go here, it will go here. We saw even fake land titles being presented in our council chambers.
True.
What do you think brings this?
I'm going to use the word childish kind of politics, which is being practiced in Masindi. When I talk of President Museveni normally talks about the politics of identity, but me, I'm using the word childish kind of politics, which is involved with camps. The issue of camps, you want somebody who is heading a water source committee, supposed to be involved in a certain camp. This issue, for example, if I'm from camp X, another one is from camp Y, and I propose something which is developing the people of Masindi, entirely the whole of Masindi, automatically will be fought because I don't come from your camp. So camps are also becoming a problem in Masindi. They are the ones which are increasing these kind of stupid wars. Maybe we say camps has done us a disservice in Masindi.
Thank you so much, Mr. Richard. Let me cross to Wandera. You know, sometimes they say ladies first, but when there is peace, by this time she will be last. When there is peace, ladies first. But I want to cross to Wandera and pick up his opinion on the issue of Masindi, especially Masindi municipality, lagging behind on the issue of capital development projects. You've missed Matip, we missed Usumid. I even covered stories myself where we saw members from Ministry of Local Government, Matip, Ministry of Lands coming to Masindi municipality, did everything. We asked our leaders, when do you think this thing is coming? They said, next financial year. When the Minister for Local Government came here, Raphael Majezi, recently, he said, everything was done, but we are waiting for the President to approve the loan for the market. Usumid, they keep saying, next financial year, next financial year, next financial year. Mr. Wandera, you are a senior journalist who has been covering these things. Where is the problem?
Anyway, this is a very big question for me and the viewer, which we need to answer. First of all, it is very absurd that when you look at Masindi, Masindi is one of the traditional districts. And Masindi is the mother of all these districts in Bunyoro. When you go in the history of Uganda. But it is very absurd and embarrassing that the newly created districts have developed more than the mother district. I think, to me, I will blame the central government, because here I feel the local government has done its part.
How? The local government has done its part.
One, locally, as Masindi, we may not have, or these lower local governments may not have enough resources or enough funds to construct the Masindi Central Market, to construct the Masindi main hospital. So the problem goes to those people who sit in Parliament.
They don't cry.
Our legislators, our Masindi legislators, the members of Parliament representing Masindi district. I will not talk about constituencies, but the entire district. Because there is what we call budgeting. There is a budgetary process, budget allocation of funds. So if our legislators from Masindi don't push for this from the beginning, and they leave it to the Ministry of Finance and local government,
There won't be much.
to push in these funds. Of course, Uganda is big, and if you are to have a share on the national cake, you need to fight for it, because our parliament has over 500 legislators, and they all want to take something to their constituencies. So, our problem, to me, has been representation in Parliament. We have not been fully represented. And secondly, unity. We are not united. As Masindi leaders, if we stood in solidarity and get united and say for Masindi, what is our problem this financial year?
We prioritize, huh?
We prioritize, because a term has 5 financial years. And we say this first financial year, as Masindi district, our agenda is to have Masindi market constructed, like the one of Hoima. By the way, I'm surprised the Chigumba, they are constructing a modern market. Eh? They are constructing a modern market in Chigumba. And I think by December it will have been completed. Masindi, when we are still here. So if you are handling issues of Masindi, don't say, me, I come from Genji. Me, I represent Ruli. Me, I represent municipality. Let us sit as leaders.
Masindi.
There is always issues of national importance. Let us all, we want to see all the MPs of Masindi standing at the floor of Parliament,
Talking the same language.
addressing that same issue. You You know, this government has money, but just need to push it, to show it that there is demand.
Yes.
If you keep quiet, there is nothing you will get.
Some things are demand driven. When you don't
It
demand,
is demand driven. So these lower local councils, they have really nothing to do with the market,
for them they did their
because
work.
these are multi-billion projects.
Because for them they were saying, for them they did the work.
For them, they did the
They
work.
did the survey, they provided the
The
land,
land, the what?
documented the vendors and everything.
So it same applies on the issue of.
But you have talked about the issue of representation. You may go and represent as well in parliament, but there is also lobbying and advocating, following up. Maybe where is the gap, Mr. Wandera? Because we are seeing everything is done. These people come on the ground and do everything. By the way, even some projects are almost being phased out. Because I was seeing Usmidi, they are just starting, I think, a new phase, even Matip. But our MPs may represent our issues. But don't you think there's a problem in lobbying and also advocating for this? Because representation is done in the parliament. But sometimes you also need to engage this minister concerned. Don't you think that so?
Definitely, and I think that is what is
One-on-one.
lacking. Because you have seen money being allocated for a project, but if you don't follow up, it is diverted.
Like for the issue of Masindi'S
Masindi'S
Hospital.
Hospital. I think for them, the moment they see that funds have been allocated, they give up, and they think things will happen.
Because we are seeing in other
by
regions,
miracles.
a hospital is constructed once, but here they just gave us 1.5 billion to construct the staff quarters. to
That's
start
why we are
with.
saying that follow up. Follow up. But if you talk about something once and you keep quiet, of course, government has a lot to do.
But Wandera, when these leaders come, they promise a lot. When they come, when they are campaigning, even our recent leaders we have, they were talking about these projects. Do you think for them they want Masin to be like this? Or some things are deliberate?
Well, I never wanted to go there, but you are pushing me to go there. First of all, people of Masindi and Bunyoro at large, what we have know that for the case of Bunyoro or Masindi particularly, there are, to me, this is my opinion as a journalist this time around, there are things which are being done deliberately. And when you look at the greater Masindi, it has been contributing almost 40% to the economy of this country. Why am I saying this? Before Bulisa Kirandongo was carved off Masindi, Lake Albert was part of Masindi. Makijon Falls was part of Masindi. We have the Budongo Forest,
We have Kinyara Sugar
which
Limited.
was part of Masindi, because today we have some reserves. It is in Masindi. We have Kinyara. So really, give me a reason why this government shouldn't give back to its people.
But there is also something we missed because of.
So you talked about the Bunyoro University
issue.
To me, I think if government had interest in the university, it could have taken it up itself, because we have seen government procuring land, and we have government land here in Masindi. Now look at the industrial hub where it was constructed. Did they ask for the land? Because they had interest in it.
They asked for it.
Eh?
They asked for it. And the chairman LC5 Cosmas wrote to Uganda Investment Authority requesting for 100 acres.
Auntie, that's why I'm
It
saying.
was granted.
So where did Uganda Investment Authority get land?
But recently you failed to identify land. Masindi failed to identify land for the university.
That's
they
what I'm saying.
They instead started
That's what I'm saying.
fighting.
If government had interest, government would come, buy land, and say, as government, we have bought this land to establish the university.
Okay, thank
So
you.
all these are tricks.
Mm.
Another thing is the fights.
In fights.
Leaders fighting each other. Someone wants to be on top all the time. We have to accept that leaders come and go. You will not be a leader of all seasons, of all times. That's why now you're seeing the young people are coming in. Kuchwaki, some of these things are deliberate. Maybe,
But right now-
maybe, Banyoro, we are not hostile. That's how they take it, eh? Those ones. Maybe, maybe the state look at Banyoro as people who don't understand. Yes, people who cannot demand for their rights. Because really, if we were valued as people who understand,
We would have gotten all these projects.
you cannot construct a modern market in Chigumba, in Hoima,
But
and you leave Masindi.
even Hoima, they have Banyoro, but they got it. Yes.
Maybe people of Masindi don't understand. Not leaders.
Yes.
Not leaders. Some of these things, the moment you're a taxpayer, you don't need to push government. We need drugs in the hospital.
You know, we have our colleague.
We need the hospital.
We have our colleague called Kabindi Stephen. He's also a senior journalist. He says, if you have two kids, one is crying, another one is not crying, whom do you give food? The one who is crying.
The one who is crying.
Maybe our leaders don't cry. Let me pick Nicholas's opinion. Nicholas Amot, Omuswaswangule. You know, leadership is the center of transformation and change. When you don't have focused leaders who are advocating for issues which can champion development, you continue lagging behind. We are approaching the political time. Nicholas, what do you think should be done?
You know, sometimes I sit down and laugh. There are situations that come, and you say, I think this situation needs the Holy Spirit to intervene.
We should call for the Holy Spirit to
My
intervene.
comrades in the media, like Stephen Wandera and Richard, they have said it. But Stephen has said the Kiriandongo, Hoima,
Yes, Kigumba.
Kigumba is in Kiriandongo, see it?
Yes, Kiriandongo.
Yes. Hoima,
They have all these projects.
they have all this project. You know, at least I have been in Masindi here. I have got an opportunity to be on the ground and research. Masindi, the only problem, every year, every term, they vote politician. And they mix politicians to be leaders.
They vote politicians but not leaders.
They think they vote a politician, and they think they have voted
Leaders.
a leader. That's why every 5 years, Masindi remains the same, because we don't have leaders. In Masindi, is the district where you find a leader when he goes to a function, and the Mingo Kalo, eh?
Zimingo Linkalo.
Eh, they cheer, eh? Oye. The electors are. You know, it's not something to laugh at, but it's a saying. Masindi to change, we need a Holy Spirit to intervene to voters. To voters.
This time the voters will be guided by the Holy Spirit.
Yes, so that they can differentiate between a leader and a politician. You know, a politician can do everything it takes to get power.
Yes.
But a leader can do everything to guide the society into prosperity. In Masindi, voting politician, they have played very well their role as politician to deny the public information. You know, to confirm that, move around the town, you're a journalist, and ask someone, Usmid, what do you know about Usmid? Do you know about Matip? No, those are Kalikatugambit may be hard project to find out. Just go to PDM of recent and you make a chart. Out of 10, they will tell you this is the free money for campaign. So they are viewing PDM money as a free money for, instead of money for development or growth.
As a thank you.
That has been done by politicians we have in Masindi. Also politicians in Masindi, I think they have done a very great job in denying voters access to information. Some information, I want to tell you what they do as a politician. They deny the voters awareness about government programs. When a government does something, he will not say it's the government doing this. He will say, I'm the one
Doing it.
I'm the one doing it. So the people will not get time to find out. They will focus on him. Instead, if you tell them it's the government, then the population will pick interest because they are taxpayers. They will pick interest to find out. If you tell the government is going to construct a market here, that means you have energized the public, the voters, to join you, to put the government on task. Because they told them the government is doing it. They will say, why the government is not doing it? It's doing it. Why not? But if you say, I'm the one bringing the market, they will not blame the government, they will blame you. That's why every leader who goes, they will say, this one failed to do this, instead of saying the government. So they are giving the government a sleeping chart. Because no one will blame government. You will find it in other districts like Hoima. Their leaders will tell them the government is coming up with a program of Usmid. As your leader, I'm going to lead you. So that we can benefit in that program. You understand? So the population will say, we trusted our powers to Stephen. Now he's going to lead us to get Usmid. So Stephen will have a crowd of people behind him. And the government will feel the pressure. Automatically, the government will respond. But in Masindi, we want to be praised as leaders. He has done this. I want to give you an example. I think in over 10 years, over 15, it started to find a leader in Masindi who can fail election. After today, we are going to election in 2026. If you're a leader in Masindi now, if you fail election in 2026, it will only take 4 years for the people to have forgotten you. But I was making a research in Masindi. When you move in Kampala, when you go to Hoima, when you talk about leaders like, was it Sam Majara? Was it Sam Majara who?
John Nyakojo, the one who died.
It was LC5.
Former LC5 Masin, John
yes.
Nyakojo Majara.
Majara. People will know him. When you talk about Stephen Birija.
So you're talking about the legacy.
Those are leaders. They were those days.
They left legacies.
No, they were voting leaders those days. Some leader. Then when you talk about Birija, everyone will do.
Will you know that he was
because
a leader
he
here?
was a leader. When you talk about Kabakum, his name?
Her name is still
Her name
remembered.
is still remembered. What am I trying to talk about? When you vote a leader who leads the people, he will be remembered for a long time. One sign and symptom that you have been voting a politician in only 4 years after leaving power, he will be nowhere to be traced. So, Masindi is facing a challenge of negativity. That's why I told the UNIPDM they will say free money. That's the negativity.
You have negative attitude now.
Negative attitude. Then those who use the phones, when you try to call, sometimes they will say it's insufficient airtime.
They have insufficient knowledge.
No, in Masindi here, I may say one of the challenges is insufficient infrastructure. You know, insufficient infrastructure, it can be many problems causing it. Funds, space. I want to give you a quick example. Masindi is a town municipality. In the middle of the municipality, we have a prison. When you measure that land of prison, I may say when we talk about development, we may count it as a redundant. Because if you put there a hotel.
So you mean the redundant pieces of land you're seeing in town is one of the major causes of underdevelopment?
Yes, underdevelopment. Because if you put a hotel where it is prison right now, you will see Masindi municipality lifting up the image. So we have to strategize so that we can see the future. One of the strategy, voters start voting leaders. Don't vote a politician.
And jokers.
Not a politician. People don't understand the word politician. In Ivanyoro, we use it to say polipo.
Polipo.
Polipo, that means you. We are not sure of what you are talking about. That is a polipo. Actually, my friends fight hard. Don't be termed at one time as a polypo man. That's who was said, Stephen, or your polypo. It's very bad. So
supplement on what he had said.
Yes, you can give you a microphone.
Anyway, I thank him for his submission. But somehow, somewhere, I disagree with him where I said that having a prison, a police barracks in the middle of town has crippled development. I think this has hindered developing of our Masindi town, expansion of the town. But we want to see the government working on the existing infrastructure development.
Using the existing land.
Using the existing,
for example, improving
land,
the roads,
and
the drainage system,
and the funds.
Market.
I think, to me, we need leaders who love Masindi, leaders who are pro-people, leaders who can use their powers and mandate. The problem we have in Masindi, whenever a minister is here, whenever a president is here,
they just praise.
These people, they fear them. When they they think if they speak the truth, the offices will be taken away from them.
Everything is treated as a favor.
Everything they just appreciate. And another thing, I think the president of Uganda has taken the people of Masindi for granted. This one I'm saying it without any fear or favor. As a journalist, at least I've covered Museveni for more than once. But if it is not fully really by the president, the last time he came here, people told him that the hospital is in a solid state. We saw Matiaka Saija saying, we sent here 1 billion. Did it come?
Not even 1 billion, 500. 500. It was 500 million.
Did it come? So
So I thought the president would make
A
a
pronouncement.
pronouncement there and then. But in his speech, he kept quiet. He didn't comment on that.
He said he had come for someone's party. That was his comment. He said Mutantomeza have come for someone invited.
And on the same meeting, people talked about the market.
As we bring in charity, it has some kind of information. Is it information? What is it?
So we need people of Masindi municipality, Masindi district, to stand.
We can hold on a bit. We pick
And
what
demand
Ayaranga is saying.
three things.
Yes, you are the one with it. It is going to come back.
If it is using defiance,
Yes.
I think we should go by that.
Yeah.
But if we just keep on darling, appreciating, Muzei, thank you, everything for the peace.
You can give
We shall
an opportunity to
always
Ayaranga
lag
to
behind.
submit in what he wants to submit. Yes.
Thank you very much.
In a
I may
minute.
not take much of the time.
In a mi-
On this very issue, I think we have faced a problem of corruption in Masindi.
Corruption
Year
has
after
failed.
year.
Has failed the coming of these programs.
Yeah.
How?
Well, Mr. Guchwaki, for example, I'm your son.
Yes.
If you give me money to purchase this T-shirt, and maybe I booze alcohol or do what, as my father, will you actually give me other funds to go and purchase a new shirt?
No.
What is transpiring in Masindi is seen countrywide or worldwide. To me, it
Rampant
may
corruption.
be
One of the causes.
one of the causes as to why even the central government is not minding about Masindi.
It's not happy with how the local governments are
Yes,
using the money.
because for the last, if you can remember, it was 2022 when by then the State Minister for Economic Monitoring, Peter Gwang, came here, he ordered for the arrest of some people here who stole money for boreholes, what. No one was arrested. And it was the same time when Kasaija just arrived and they allocated some funds to construct our new hospital, whatever. You think these things which are happening here in Masinde are not actually heard or understood in the central government?
Okay. Thank you so much for your submission. Charity, we are going to come in after a very short commercial break. We begin from there. Nicholas, we are still with you. There's still time. You are going to submit. Yeah, members, we are continuing, and no, you're going to conclude.
You will
You can
conclude after
hold
me.
it at that. Hold it at that. As he comes in, Charity, leadership is the center of development and change and everything. We have had very, very, very many competent leaders in Bunyoro, Masindi. We had Philip Obiaruhanga, who was a minister. We had Kabakumba Laboni Mascos, he served in different capacities. We had Professor Nyira, who served in different capacities. And Skiza Paul. All these have been well-positioned ministers. But we have failed to get anything tangible for our people in Masindi. Where's the problem, Charlie? Do we have a leadership crisis where you are seeing?
In Masindi, what I can say, we are voting leaders who are greedy. Omururu. Like these people, they look at themselves as the ones who are supposed to benefit from the government, not the people who are voting them, which is very, very absurd. And we are even voting leaders, not even leaders, politicians, who have not yet established themselves. And when we vote for them, the first Kisanja is
They first champion their own interests.
They first get their privileges alone, they enjoy. So that's why they even come in the field and tell you, this first Kisanja, they're not even ashamed. They can even say, the first Kisanja is to refund my money I invested in the campaigns. Seriously?
As I said,
Yes.
there's an MP here who said he was learning.
Learning, did we send you to learn? These people for sure, when we look at the leaders we have, they're even making us to cry because they don't have the heart of helping us to develop. When we look at development gap, we look at the standards of living, economic growth. But when you look at Masindi, yapaya, we are still on the same pace.
The same pace.
As if, do you know these trucks, when they get a mechanical problem on the road,
The
and it
DMCs.
sleeps there, even the next morning, they come to carry it after some days. But who is carrying? A leader. We haven't got a leader. Corruption and mismanagement of money, embezzlement. You people, you want to hide things.
We don't hide.
First, talk about the incident which is going on at the municipality. We voted for leaders. For us, we thought we voted for leaders.
The local government may run without a budget.
And by the way, the problem is not even the local government. It is the leaders. Because the local government done its part. They sent the money, they allocated it. But was the money allocated used for the
Right
purpose?
purpose.
So you come there, you blame the local government. Well, and then I'm not agreeing with you. It is not. Yes, it is not the central government.
The local
It
government
is the leaders we are voting who
are.
are greedy. They are not pro people. They are mining on their own stomachs, their own families, improving their livelihood. At them, not we. So when you look at a leader, for sure, what is a leader? According to the incidents which are going on in the municipality, what is a leader? So, I think my
The municipality is in a state of Kwagamaya now.
Kwagamaya, the biggest problem is like even the technocrats who have been in the position to fight for us, they're also cocooning with the
The
top
politicians.
management to steal us. And when you look at this,
Give her a chance. You note the. No, you've been noting. Try to continue. You note it down.
so by the way, you people, we are voting people who are not willing to work for us. Me, I want to vote for someone who has the political will. That is, this person really, we are voting for people who does not have the political will. They are focusing on themselves. They're not looking at us as people who are supposed to benefit from the government. They're looking at us as their stepping stones to get what they want. They're looking at us who are the people to make them develop, but not helping the community. That's why we're going to stay in this state until we vote for leaders who are good, who will be in the position. It's like the example Ayeranga said. You're in a family and maybe you have money. Guchwaki, can you tell me the truth that you have failed to raise money for school fees in a family, and another person has that money? He will fail to give it to his child, and he gives it to you. We are even looking at leaders who are making us to feel as if we shouldn't even participate again in the electoral process. And we even say, now why am I voting? After all, I voted nothing, I gained from it. Let me leave, let them vote. After all, they are used of going there and fulfilling their things at them. We are looking at leaders for sure who are not willing to work for us, but to work for themselves. And even look at those leaders, the politicians, when they are going in office, they make sure they take people who are on their side. They will not take opposition. They will not take the Indabi. Those are the people who are talking about them. They will not take them. They will put these people who are on their side, like when it comes to stealing, they agree, they sign small local allowance in the darkness, so they come out. When you're asking for accountability, they are there. And these people will keep supporting. May I even see on WhatsApp groups, people are supporting people whom they very well know that they are typically thieves. And you keep supporting such a person. But why? When you are a person in Masindi and you are born of Masindi, Masindi is your hometown, you have given birth to Masindi, you have children in Masindi, but you still keep quiet.
Oh, thank you so much, Charity.
These people,
Charity,
they can really
as we are talking now, by the way, Masindi, we have a hospital which was built in 1926. It is in a very pathetic situation. By the way, every at the height of politics, every term, ministers come here. They even go there. You know, the president sometimes sleep here when he's in the region, when he is canvassing for votes. I saw a minister. I saw Chris Bariomunsi going there to check on the hospital on this situation. I saw Matia Kasaija. I've seen many leaders going there. This is a hospital with one operating bed in the theater. This is a hospital with no males ward now. Because it was merged with, is it children's ward? And the males ward is used as a maternity ward. That's what I can say. We've seen leaders coming, promising everything in Masindi. What do you think electorates should do?
I think my call to the electorates is to vote for someone who is competent, for someone who has that heart of helping us in the situation we are in, not focusing on the money they are giving us. Because you have seen politicians who are going in the field giving us 1,000, 2,000. And we feel happy. They have given me 1,000. But that 1,000 is buying you indirectly what you don't know. Me, I would even suggest these people should even vote for people who are not even giving them money. Seriously. Those are the people. By the way, even now then it is two-way traffic. When you vote for someone who doesn't have money, you will first go and use the first kisanja to help himself or herself. No, we will not still benefit, but I think the main point is to vote for someone who at least has that heart, the pro-person heart.
Yeah. Charity, I'm going to get back to you. We have very many people who are following up. They are following us live. We have Kasigwa Patrick, who says thanks for the show. There is also Yevali Martha, says Wandera. That's true. I think that's what she meant. We are not even fully, but we are not represented. To Sabe saying thanks for the show. There is also Motion Ali. As Masindi, we have a big leadership gap. My vote this time goes to Kanti Rogers for his courage. Maybe he can bang the tables and the lobby. There's Alema Samuel. Is the problem the electorates or the leaders? It's like a question. To Sabe Goret, Pain, Bunyoro, we are back in everything. I think she was saying we are always behind in everything. In local government, Obukama, everything is fake. Let's go. There are very many. Rogers Amanyire is also watching us live. Thank you so much. He has a comment here. I am very humbled to see a panel articulate and focus us the well-being of Masindi. Leaders are among us, and the media can play a big role within selling those potential leaders that can grow us. Thank you so much. Rogers Amanyiri, I think, is also contesting for Masindi Municipality Mayorship. Thank you so much for always following us. There's also Cliff Arts. Thanks for the show, comrades. Cliff here in town. Cliff is watching us in town. Agaba Alan, Amoti. He said, Amoti, I like you. I like your view. I think Amoti meant Muswaswangul. There are very, very many comments, and I think we shall be reading them as the program goes on. Airanga, you had something you wanted to say?
Well, another issue is, my issue is going on priority. Let us try to prioritize as leaders, not only thinking about things which are benefiting us as individuals. But see, I will give an example. Me, I work with Radio 7 Uganda. So in Radio 7, we have shows, we have music. The moment I start playing music which is enjoyable by me, automatically I will lose the audience.
Yeah.
Now, for example, the issue of the Bukabina, the municipality, how beneficial is it to the people of Masindi municipality? Apart from transporting the mayor, the councillors, the officials, prioritize. Is this the problem we have?
Mobilizing local revenue.
Mobilizing local revenue, how? Okay, the one which they ate, how did they mobilize it without a taxi, the dam cabin? So now,
and by the way, everything now is digital. I don't know, mobilization in terms of sensitization.
That's also what I'm asking myself. They will come out and tell us which kind of mobilization they want. Because there is some money which was collected and the one which was chewed. How did they mobilize it? It is a question to them. Then another issue is, voters have gone to a slogan of let us also give him. Now again,
Aliyo account.
because voters no longer now have hope. They know the whole issue is eating. Tumuhereza agenda aliye tituina kiokora. Tumu agenda aliye tituina kiokora. I think that is all. Thank you.
Yes, Nicholas, you wanted to say something before we cross to another question.
My friend Richard has talked about priority. Of recent, they launched the building of hospital staff quarters.
Yes.
Instead of saying maybe this money can we build another ward. So they are saying staff, they must be catered first.
I also asked, I attended and covered that function. I asked them, why did you start with the staff quarters? They said, you know, when a doctor has slept well and is happy, even when he's treating someone, he does it with a lot of vigor and everything. But when the roof is leaking, you won't be happy at work even. Okay. That was their argument.
Where will he treat from?
That's their question.
Moderator.
Yes.
Stephen here said the President Museveni, he has not done enough. You know the problem we have in Uganda here and Masindi, we tend to focus much on President Museveni all the time, instead of focusing on our leaders we voted locally here. Because President came here and he talked about the hospital, you have said the Matiaka Saja talked about it, but after they left, our leaders started bragging. I'm bringing the hospital. I'm bringing the hospital. Now, since...
Empty promises.
No, not empty promises. The president has said it. Now, instead, those leaders praising them seven, they are praising them seven. Oh, we are bringing. And Museveni will sit there and say, even if I take this hospital, I will not be recognized. So immediately, you know what to do? Bring it. So at the end, we all lose. So I'm requesting to our leaders, if something is done by the government, don't brag around it and make it individual achievement. Otherwise, we are losing. If you recall, two leaders at that time claimed to have lobbied. You know, these days there is a word lobbying. I was telling someone, we are yet to see a leader saying, I have lobbied for someone to marry, because the lobbying is taking over. They started, I have lobbied for Masindi'S hospital. And another one also came, I have lobbied for Masindi'S hospital. Such confusion.
So, thank you so much,
yes,
Nicholas.
Then maybe lastly, dynamics of power. Everyone wants to show.
I'm the one in charge.
I'm the one in charge. I'm powerful. If you are with me, we have Masanyarazi, they're using Masanyarazi. Nzali kwa Masanyarazi. So, thank you.
Maybe, really, I cannot fail to talk about Masindi'S hospital. Because as journalists, for us, we have played our part. We have played our role as media, as far as advocating for Masindi'S hospital construction is concerned. I don't know where the problem is, but I think at least everyone in this country has read our articles about Masindi'S hospital. That's why some of us think that these things are deliberately made. It is intentional not to construct
Masindi'S hospital.
A modern Masindi'S hospital. Because really, where is the problem? There's a story I read which you had written that government allocates 50 billion.
50 billion, I wrote it.
For Masindi hospital.
Even survey was done.
Survey was done.
Maps drawn.
So, where is the problem? But the other day they told us that they have released 1 billion, 1.5 billion out of
1.5.
Out of 50 billion, which was allocated. 1.5 billion has been released to start with the staff quotas. So, is it a priority? These health workers, these are scientists who are getting a lot of money in terms of salaries. So, sleeping, accommodation, and transport, I think it won't be a problem to them, because the salary they are getting is enough
is even beyond enough. Is more than enough to cater for their accommodation, welfare, and transport. The priority would have been to the structures, maternity, the theater with one operating table, the 40 years of NRM in power, and Masindi, which has been voting for NRM 90%. So in turn, that is what the people of Masindi have been paid. Guchwaki, if you are in Uganda today, if you are in Masindi today, and you happen to take your patient to Masindi main hospital, that's when you realize that things are not good at all. The issue of Masindi, because as media we have done our part, now it goes back to the public, the users. Let us raise up and demand for a better hospital. I think this should be a priority. Let the market stay, and work on the health.
Yeah, Wandera, thank you
as
so
we
much.
go for the election, because these have always been used as a campaign tool. We are going for campaigns. These ministers will come and assure you that the hospital is going to start. We were there when Balaam had been appointed the minister on the Thanksgiving. Kasajja said, "Ekirwaro chihoire." Yes, ekirwaro chihoire. These are the words of Kasaija.
Yes.
And as journalists, we say it, this is the man in charge of finance. But the way even these leaders, the Matia Kasaija,
from the region,
they have also done the service to our region. I think even President laughs at these people. Because you are in charge of the treasury of the country. How do you fail to prioritize the things which are concerning your people? Really, to me, I would blame the Matiaka Saijas.
Yes, Wandera, we want to bring
the
in
Prime Minister. If Prime Minister said, I want this
comments
in Masindi.
From our viewers, Wandera.
Because we have just seen Prime Minister launching a fully Center 5 in her constituency.
Yes, first hold it there. You're going to come back. But people are still following us, and the comments are flowing in. I'm seeing Chance Robert. He's saying he's following us from Mityana. Please, Masindi'S. Let us vote Mukama Rogers so that he can take our municipality to greater heights. There is also Karen Abdallah. President has done everything. We are good with our president. Amanyere Rogers says, I can see my pain in charity's submission. Masindi, we should vote wisely. This one, this is one of the reasons I'm aspiring mayor. We wish you well, Mr. Rogers. We have motion early. Let's have an overhaul of the current so-called leaders and have them replaced with servant leaders and not politicians. That current mayor, I'm just sick of him. Salim Dadi, our leaders in Masindi have really failed to rebuild our hospital. Not forgetting it was built in Amin's regime. It was not even an Amin's regime. It was built in 1920s. Chancellor Robert, with the hospital, let us raise demands through our leaders like Yamukama. Thank you. Ayeranga, I want to get you. I want to get your opinion on the issue of our leaders. Some people have been arguing here that maybe let's have opposition this time and see. That was the talk in 2016, 2021, that Masindi votes NRM 100%.
True.
But this time we voted around, it was around 60, for the president, around 68%.
It declined.
We even voted, we have an MP for NRM here. Yeah, for FDC here, who is representing Masindi municipality. There are also theories that maybe government has deliberately, NRM government, has deliberately failed to construct these projects during this time where an FDC is in charge. That it may give him what? It may give him a vibe.
As it is said.
Those are theories. Then there is also an issue where people are saying as if Masindi were not voting exposed leaders, that our leaders are not exposed enough. They even fear some offices.
True.
That's the talk. Yes. I'm being open, by the way. That's the talk on street. That our leaders fear some offices. That you vote a leader is an MP. You can't even approach a minister. You can't go to a commissioner who is in charge of these things. You can't go to the line minister. You can't confront the president to tell him these things. We have been also we have been seeing an issue where they were saying maybe in Masindi there is no much economic activity. That sometimes development goes where there is much economic activity, which is not true. As Wandera explained to you, the Murchison Falls, we have Dongo Forest, we have a lot of miliki in Kijunjuva, we have Kinyara Sugar. Do you think the problem is with our leaders, we vote on the issue, or especially on the issue of exposure? Is it true, according to you, our leaders are lacking exposure?
Well, on the issue of our leaders not delivering, I concur with the people who said that some of our leaders lack exposure. Why? Me, I will look on. I will start with the MPs on the floor of Parliament. Do you know that you can vote a leader and the 5 years elapses minus a leader even standing in Parliament to mention anything concerning Masindi or the constituency which is representing?
Even something of national importance. There is that time also.
Their work is to supplement, to support what the Odongotos have said.
Second.
They just second. They don't raise their own. So I agree with those people who say that they lack exposure, 100%. Then two, I will go back and blame our dear electorate. On the other point, our electorate, I think, are not valuing their votes. Because if you can surrender a vote to someone for one kombucha, an MP, me I'm talking about an MP. An MP is one of the highly paid servants in Uganda. So if you think that a kombucha, you surrender it to somebody who wants your vote to go and represent you in Parliament, then he gives you one kombucha, then you give a vote to go and earn 40 millions and above for 5 years, then I pity you as our electorate. Then two, I'm not blaming, on the other hand, I will also not blame leaders. How? I normally give some simple examples. Guchwaki, that phone is yours, you bought it. So, any shopkeeper coming to claim it again, yet you paid him. I may not use that bad word, but he may be, stupid is not an abuse. He may be stupid. Why am I saying this? When these people comes to ask for your votes, you electorates who are viewing us, you ask for them otulekerota. Okunyetegereza. Ekinago kiurubazo. So, that kind of otulekerota, automatically a politician will give you something, will give you the kinagas you have requested. Not bearing in mind that that person is buying his vote.
On the issue of the two theories, that let's vote opposition, maybe development will come. And the issue of when we voted an opposition, that maybe it is deliberate, the student come during his term. Do you believe in those theories?
I don't believe in them. I don't believe in them. Why? We have an opposition leader in the center of Masindi. What has he done? What has he done? Okay. For the last, when you remove this Kisanja, which is going to elapse, for the last Kisanjas we have been having NRMs right from the Water Source Committee up to the top. You understand? What have they done? So the whole issue goes on the electorates and the leaders themselves lacking exposure. The issue of that this is NRM, this is opposition, that one I don't believe in it. Go to Hoima. Do you remember the powers FDC opposition had in Hoima during the reign of the Atugonza Francis? Those days, when you talk about of being a Munyoro, the question they would ask you would be, do you come from Masindi? Masindi was known than actually Hoima.
Yeah.
But it was the most district with the strongest opposition stronghold in the whole region. But it has developed. It is going on a terrible speed, for your information. So the issue of saying that this is opposition, this is NRM, I don't believe in that, my friend. Yes.
Yes, Charity. On the issue of blaming, maybe Masindi people are not voting opposition. Maybe we bring NRM back. Do you think that will save us?
I don't want to talk bad, because people will think that conflict of interest. But when you look at the leader we voted in the last Kisanja, during his campaigns he would say, these people are giving you hose, me I'm going to bring a tractor. But the Kisanja is almost ending and there is no tractor. There is no tractor till now. Even in the tractor inundated for even a one group, or maybe a circle, it is not there. But I don't want us to be deceived by these politicians when they come in the field. They tell you something which you very well know that it cannot happen. When you count how much money can a tractor be bought? Around how much
around
millions?
400 millions, 300 millions.
And you're voting for someone who is telling you to give you tractors in the whole municipality. Do you see that possible? It cannot be possible. Only that these people, the electorates, they're lacking civic education. We need to educate them. They are being blackmailed very fast. I don't know why. So I don't think these leaders, the opposition part of them, including the Stephen Wanderas, that they will do the best for Masindi.
Nicholas.
I don't think.
Yeah, Nicholas. You had the question very well. Is the problem on the people in the parties we are voting? Do we need to vote FDC opposition, or we need to vote NRM? Because people are saying, because you voted FDC, that's why you are not getting these projects.
There's what we call politics stupidity. You know?
What do you mean?
Politics
Expound.
stupidity. When it's not an abuse, there is a situation that comes in. Then instead of accepting the situation, you want to blame it on someone.
Blame game.
When we hear someone saying you have voted opposition, that's why we are not providing you services. It's like having a man telling his wife, I'm not going to buy for you roses because you have not given me a child. Just that is poor. That man is poor. Lack of funds, money.
He just has no money.
Has no money. Abanyirwaga ati ngenda havugenye buntu na kyokora kyokujwara. So as Masindi starts with the mindset change. Let us vote ideology, not this is our son of the soil. You know, this politician has very, very good mottos. Masindi must sign.
Must sign again. Must sign.
Of recent, I conducted a survey with my listeners on radio. Someone said, in our place here, this person is leading Nyamabuza. Why? He came here and bought for us Waraj. So if we still have that mindset to our voters, when you buy him or her Waraj, then that means you are now leading. Then really we should be ready to cry. That's why from the beginning I said the Holy Spirit must intervene and guide the voters. It's not too late. 2026, we are going into an election. Let us be mindful. Let us not be deceived by politicians. Let us vote leaders. Let us not blame me, I'm opposition. You can't get something from government. You know, I was very happy. I attended the last year's campaign. It was 2021. People said, for me, I'm very good at talking. You know, when you talk in parliament, the government even listens. You'll get everything. Of recent, they released the rankings. Some people tried to defend them. No, they have cheated me here. So really, let us vote ideas. not because this is the son of the soil. Me, I always tell people, it doesn't matter whether you're a son of the soil, whether you have money, or you're from Hoima, or you're from Masin, as long as you are bringing services to the people, you are bringing development. If someone gives you money, ask, why is he giving me this money? What have I done for him? Me, when you give me money, when I have done for you nothing, I must be suspicious. Why?
Yeah.
Thank you.
As I bring on Wandera, Wandera, we have some comments here. We have Izepi is following us. He says, let's not always wait for government funds through our leaders. We can lobby from outside the countries. You know, Izepi is is international. He's thinking micro.
I like Izepi.
Yeah, there's also another one here. Abamu bakwendaga kubarabiyamu egaali nuko basisimuke. They can't even lob for our hospital. Imagine how many MPs and ministers have we ever had just ignoring that facility. Having silent leaders and sleepy, we rather do fundraising for the hospital. But there is a time I saw some leaders blocking a fundraising campaign which was ongoing. I'll just join the journalism. Yeah. So Wandera, yes. I want to bring you on the other question. I ask these ones, but also the issue of money in politics. Do you think money has also led to the cropping up of non-leaders, as Nicholas said? Because someone comes with money, buys kombucha, kitoko, lion, what? He influences their brains.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Big ups to you, Izepi. Mayor candidate.
Yes.
Is yet to be nominated. I like his ideas because for him, one time he said that he want to bring Washington City in Masindi because he has been there.
You don't know, for him, he thinks it's micro now.
So, if you vote for Izepi, I think we shall expect Washington City.
Don't campaign, man. Izepi. Let's go ahead.
Okay. The issue of opposition and ruling party, voting opposition and the ruling party as a way of benefiting as a district, as a constituency. I believe that's the way to go. If a municipality, if a district is to benefit. But it depends which type of opposition. Some people opt opposition because they want to be identified. And they want to be given something, they keep quiet. In fact, some people call them opposition. But in actual sense, when they are dialoguing with the ruling party. Outside, they are opposition. But inside, they are working.
You're like watermelon, as the man
for
said.
the party. Me, I'm always open. A case in point in Masindi. Someone watching me, the job we had in 2019, is not the job of today. Because I've seen someone saying that we gave a chance to Joab. What has he delivered?
In terms of what? Aggressiveness?
Aggressiveness. I want to commend Nyakata's Nancy Hoima. For her hard defiance as opposition she had in the campaigns, she has maintained it, and the Hoima has benefited. Because I have seen her going in the in Hoima referral.
When they will sort their work.
Oh, yeah. Monitoring. Saying why are doctors not at work. So these are the things we would have. These are the things we are expecting from Joab as opposition, to check government, to take journalists in Masindi'S main hospital.
Call a press conference.
Call a press conference about the hospital. But now you are in opposition, you cannot talk about the situation your people are going in. You just go for barriers to give speeches. An MOP, you always not go for barriers.
If you go,
oversight role.
if you go to parliament, you will not bury.
If I'm in the constituency, but I cannot leave Kampala to come for burial. I cannot leave parliament session to come for burials. A MOP role, legislation, budgeting, budget appropriation, oversight. So really, in Masindi, we have not had opposition for this for this 5 years. I think this the opposition we are having should be working for the regime, because opposition don't work like this. That's why I commend the country Rogers.
You can substantiate that.
I can. I can. I have given an example of Nyakata's Nancy Hoima. You have seen how she has maintained her defiance mode of work. And it has worked for the people of Hoima. And she may be voted again to Parliament. Because she's visible. She has fought for the people of Hoima City.
Yes. On the issue of money,
So the issue of money,
leading up to the cropping up of non-performers, non-leaders.
I don't know how we can work around that or this, but the issue of money, monetarizing politics is a very big challenge for our country, and which is killing the political industry and service delivery. Because now, if you don't have money, it is very difficult for you to win an election. In some constituencies, people are telling you someone has a budget of over 5 billion for an election. Someone goes in an election with 15 billion. And when you see these people in the ruling party, they have this money. So you'll see these people splashing money like nothing. And for someone who is a graduate, but has ideas for his or her constituency, will not be seen as a leader. I want to disagree with Charity what she said, that for her, if you vote for someone who doesn't have money, he'll tell you now, this first term, I need to change myself, I want to build myself. Leaders are born, not made. And working or giving doesn't need you to have money. It is hard. So that's why you have seen people with a lot of money, but they have not helped their constituencies in terms of lobbying, advocating, and working for the people. They work for themselves. So the issue of money has made us vote leaders who are not of our choice, or who are not material. Someone votes you because you have money. I gave you an example. We were here the other Friday. A case in point, in 2016 general elections. In the Chiliandongo, they dropped Otada and voted Amin Taban Jege. This is the man who never even greeted the people of Chiliandongo in parliament. Because the Hansard would have captured him at least once.
Isn't that necessary to greet in the parliament?
No, because the Hansard would have captured him once. But every time it would bring 0, 0, 0, 0. Meaning he never spoke.
He never said even yes.
Even yes. But people praised him during elections because he had money. He was even named after Jiggy Jiggy. Because he would give out coins. Just coins to people. So, someone who was a leader material was not voted.
Yeah.
And the 5 years was a loss to the people of Kibanda South.
Yeah.
By then. And as I conclude.
Yes, as you conclude, in 1 minute.
I believe.
I want to bring on Richard again.
For Masindi case, my advice would be, let us look for an opposition. But an opposition who is defiant.
There you are speaking as a journalist or a politician?
No, we are in a
good enough. We know where you're heading. Go ahead.
And this is my opinion.
Yes.
Because journalists, we are the voice of the voiceless. So if these people cannot speak out of these things, me as someone who has been on the ground, we should vote.
But they will tell you they have already tested the opposition.
We should vote.
They have tested the opposition.
These are not oppositions. I have told you.
Now what?
These are moles. These are moles.
What?
The good word is a mole.
Wandera.
These are moles.
What yardstick will they use to measure, to understand whether this one is a true opposition or not?
But anyway, you just study someone, his way of doing things. I gave you an example of Count Rogers. We have to attribute the KK road to him.
But you said at first there was aggressiveness, but the aggressiveness went on reducing slowly. You see where the problem is?
I think they should have been bought to work for the regime. Because if you're an opposition, you're seeing the state of Masindi'S main hospital. But you have done
and you fail at least to call a press conference.
You fail a press conference. At least to say that for us as Masindi, we are saying no vote without a main
no
hospital.
hospital, no vote.
You understand?
Yes.
No vote without a modern Masindi'S main hospital.
We are going for a short commercial break.
It would be working for the opposition.
Yes, Mr. Wanda, we are going for a short commercial break. Thank you so much. We are going to come back. I will begin with you, Richard. Let's have a commercial break. We see what goes on.
Discover your home away from home at Kabalega Resorts, Hoima. Located just 4 kilometers from Hoima City on the Hoima Masindi'S Road. A real resort in an eco-environment. Nestled near the stunning Albertine Escarpment and historic Mparo Royal Tombs. We are the perfect blend of convenience and charm. Treat yourself to our cozy rooms, mouth-watering meals at the restaurant, and refreshing moments in our outdoor pool. Whether you're here for business or leisure, our conference facilities, camping grounds, and fun-filled kids' playground are ready for you. Escape, relax, reconnect at Kawalega Resorts. Hoima, your adventure starts with us. Book today.
Yeah, we are still continuing with our program, and we shall be making it like this every Fridays from 9 to 11. And I want to get Richard's opinion. We have been seeing many people suggesting what should be done. There are people even who are saying we should isolate some leaders who are not performing. Some people are saying we shouldn't give them platform. Some people are saying let's ask them hard questions. We shouldn't give them chance to ride on us. I want to get your opinion, because now we are in a political time. This is the time where everyone is going to say anything he wants to convince the voters as they are canvassing for votes. What should the electorates do when these people approach them?
One, the incumbents who have not performed should be proved out. We should not give them a second chance. That is number one. Two, they should not accept these smaller gifts which is being given to them. If they accept them and drink the kombuchas of these people, they should not complain in the due course that this leader has not performed, because he bought his or her vote. If you buy something, the ownership becomes yours, you own it. So any leader who bought some kombucha, who bought amarwa, yaguzire bikwete, you don't have any problem to the electorate. You bought your vote, diyo taba. So that's the advice I'm giving you, people. Then two, those who are well versed with the constitution, in the due course, if you find that a leader is not performing to the maximum, impeach him, organize the impeachment. You have a right to call an MP back. If he has not performed to the maximum, if a mayor has stolen the money, you can impeach. So that is my advice. Then, as I conclude, is peaceful demonstrations. It is constitutional to organize a demonstration. Peaceful, you notify the police, you notify what? For example, on the issue of our hospital, if they have allocated funds, we have one ward. Let the public come out and demonstrate.
We saw guys in Hoima walking. We were still young by that time. They walked from Hoima up to Kampala.
That was Alivavi, my friend Alivavi.
Alivavi, yes. They had that demonstration.
He walked demonstrating. He wanted the construction of Hoima Kampala Road. So his demonstration actually yielded.
Yeah.
And Hoima people are benefiting much, as it is not to the maximum, but...
I also saw Kant here demonstrating with forms, sign.
Yeah.
No road, no vote. Now
they no road, no vote.
Then the CID came to arrest him. I was also present. The CID said, I'm arresting you because of this word. No road, no vote.
So that's why I'm talking about the demonstration will work. Because that KK road is as a result of demonstration. If you remember the slogan of no road, no vote in Masindi here. The counties and his colleagues, they fought for it. But they don't want to talk about those issues. But that road came in as a result of demonstration. So I'm advising my electorates, don't eat the gifts of these people. So if you drink and they fail to perform, don't complain. That's my advice.
Thank you so much, Charity. We are going into politics. We are in politics now. People are being deceived. They are being told everything. Others are even promising to bring that heaven on earth here. What's your advice to them?
My advice, before I go to the advice of the electorates, my point is we have got incumbents who are only focusing on fundraisings, burials, buying for us waragi, as if they are the things they see as if they are the things they're
the pressing needs we need.
We want, yeah. People, you cannot buy for me waragi and you think that I will vote for you. I can vote for you, Masinika, by the way. Guru Guju. They come in the place, they buy for you Guru Guju, and you feel happy you have voted for a leader. Which leader is that? So they are advised. Even take an example of the incumbent right now. They're only focusing on burials. They even leave parliament sessions, they come in the villages to bury. Who told them that we voted them to come on burials? Just because they need that cheap popularity, the free platform, because they will come and pay the small command at the burial, they pay like 10,000 in Mabugo. And you give them the microphone. They talk whatever they want using the free platform. I would even advise these people, when you have lost someone, don't give a microphone to a politician. Yes, because they are changing us the minds when we are in our sort of state. They're even coming to tell us things which they are not even going to do, hurting us the more.
palatable at that time.
I'm even happy with some of the clans. There is a clan there in Bujenje. They don't entertain politicians on their burials, which is a very good thing. Because they don't want to mix up things, politics, and when they are burying their people.
Yes.
The advice to the electorates. Me, I think it's high time to vote for competent leaders. Because we have seen it all from the leaders we have been voting.
Yes, look at competency.
Yes. When you look at even the incumbent, the opposition would say that the opposition at least would do us good. But they even also pocketed the 100 million they gave to the member of parliament last time. And even kept quiet.
Yeah.
I was somewhere with him. The bishop was asking, did you also receive the money? And he was, hey, can you fail to get that money?
Yes.
Really?
Even he confessed during our day, World Press Day there. Said I received it, but it's over.
It is over, so he wants more.
Mr. Moderator, maybe like 3 seconds. Is a point,
Let me end
Just
my point.
give a chance, just 3 seconds. Maybe it is a supplement to what you're saying.
Yeah, it is a supplement. Another issue is I'm advising our electorate to avoid the camps. Because someone was brought by somebody, do you know, setting a cross-sectional command structure from top to bottom with an intent of respecting their view, their whatevers and whatevers. So a camp should be avoided. The top would be a good leader, but because someone who's in his camp is someone who is not even competent, you vote for him because he's from a certain camp. We are seeing camps from top. You go to burial. If they want if you want to be the chairperson organizing committee for the burial, you have to be resulting from a certain camp. Water source committee, which camp is he? Things of the kind should be avoided.
They are killing competent leaders.
Yes, killing competent leaders because they are for. Yes, the aim of the barrier should be for someone who's camp. Things of the kind. That's my last advice. Thank you very much.
Trying to conclude.
You're looking even at MCs is in someone's camp. So like when Wandera comes, is an aspirant.
He's not given chance.
He is not even given chance because he's in someone's camp, which is killing the right person who have spoke the right things for the electorates to choose. Because these politicians, they come for us to choose who is competent, who is going to work. So when these things happen, we are looking at people who are not even ashamed of what they are doing. We are voting people who even stole people's land in the last regimes.
Land
but
grabbers.
They come back still, they stand, we still vote for them. But even forgetting that they even stole people's land. They made the people to go away from the land where they have been staying for a long time. But you still give him another opportunity to rule. Now why can't that person steal to the fullest? He will still here until you go away from the district.
Yeah, thank you, Charity. Comments are still flowing in, and I'm seeing here by Joyous from Kabarwana. He's also following us. He's saying, thanks for the program. Live at Greenbelt, Kabarwana. Karen Abdallah, this is my best show. Salim Dadi, even the small issue of garbage collection shouldn't be a topic in Masindi. Now what should be the role of the leaders? You have chance, Robert. Charity of BBS is biased. Moderator, having a well-known person in the district is also a problem to Masindi. These people lack adventure and exposure. When they reach there, they forget what took them there. Another comment here from the same person, Salim. The mistake our leaders are doing and is ignorance. Ignorance leaders to remember that late Majara and Virija. There's a lot of ambiguity here. Motion, Rogers with his courage can legislate, lobby, do oversight, name it. I pray you start giving them platforms. So Wandera, you can continue from Wandera, you can go ahead. What your advice to politicians during this, we are at the height of politics?
The 5 years have ended. And we participated in covering elections of 2021 elections. And after an election which brought new leaders
New guards.
for Masindi district at constituency levels to parliament. People saw it as a blessing for Masindi. Because we did stories. Someone would tell you that this time round, Masindi, we have voted. And we expect a lot from these MPs. The expectation from the electorates was very high. But in turn,
It
total
had to be a
loss.
curse.
It has been a total loss. I think for the 5 years, Masindi, nothing we have achieved.
No credit at all.
No credit.
Because
Because what we expected was to see the face of Masindi Hospital being lifted. The face of Masindi Central Market being lifted. And if you have not changed that, you have not changed Masindi. That's why people are telling you, Masindi, it is the way how it was in 2000. In early 2000, because we are saying 2000, in early 2000. So the 5 years have gone. At least we expected a university, an affiliation of Bunyoro University in Masindi. It has also...
maybe they were waiting for the nucleus to be set in Hoima. After
But
it has
we-
been
but,
set,
but at least we would have secured land. But now we are not certain whether it will go in Bulisa for the greater Masindi, whether it will be in Masindi
Kayanja,
or in
Kihonda.
Kilyandongo. So, as we go for elections, it is us to determine
The voters.
what we shall eat or what we shall achieve in the next 5 years. You reap what you sow. So the leaders we are sending, they should be pro-people. Let us not vote for the party. Let's not vote colors. And let's not vote money.
Vote competency.
Because someone asks you, you are going to contest, do you have money? Really money for what? If someone has his qualification, senior 6 to stand for LOC 5.
Maybe for nomination.
If someone has money for nomination, and if someone has, Bategeka is a senior journalist, who contested
For councillorship,
for councillorship,
Nyangaya division.
Nyangaya division. But people of Nyangaya, despite of his good views and manifesto, didn't vote for him because of money. One time I talked to him, you tell me, you would go for a rally. People would ask you, how have you left us? Ngo, locally, ati otulekerota, ogenzerota. So they voted for someone.
The man said you will not come back in politics.
And someone they voted for. This is the councillor who moved the motion to turn Masindi main hospital.
To create a private wing.
No, who moved the motion to change a public hospital to a private hospital?
Entirely, not in the entire hospital, but just creating a small private wing.
I repeat it. Is the councillor who moved the motion, to change our public hospital into a private hospital.
It didn't start from here.
Really? So
This provided
that's what
it-
I'm saying. The money factor shouldn't be one of the qualities of choosing a leader as we go for the general elections. If we go by money, these are businessmen. After putting in, they will have to get back their money. I'm telling you, if someone invests 1 billion in an election,
You
I'm
want to
telling
recover.
you, he'll first fight hard to recover his money. But if someone doesn't invest, of course you will have to work for the people. You will have to work for people because you will not have loans. These people are going to stand big bank, to another bank, to get billions, to invest in business or politics. After sending them to parliament, to offices, they will have to recover the monies they have invested in. So as we go for elections, let us look at competency. Not size, but competency. Not money, but competency. And me, I would wish you vote the people you have been around. You know, you have grown with. People who know your problems. Not the Kampala guys.
As you conclude.
Because the moment you vote for them, they will go to Kampala. You never see them. But if from Swaswango, they who has been in the Masindi.
You will also stay in Kampala.
I'm not a politician.
You're going to be.
I'm speaking as a journalist.
Okay.
This is my perspective. Because if I was a politician, you would be honorable, but I'm speaking as a journalist. Let us vote people who understand us. The people who have hustled with. Meaning, they know better our problems than these people who always stay in ACs.
As you conclude, we want to bring in Nicholas.
Thank you.
Nicholas, your parting thoughts on that?
I'm concluding like this. My friend Stephen, I want us to disagree with him or about the voting of people who have been with. That is also amateur politics. Because why am I saying that?
What do you mean?
When you see the leaders we have right now, everyone is born from here.
Yes.
He also has built a house here, and you are still crying.
He's an indigenous.
So my advice is let us start engaging in
Nicholas, don't
first
speak
way.
Because you are a campaign.
No, first
you are
way.
an agent of a politician.
No. That's a wrong claim.
Is describing, is disputing your opinion.
Yes.
As a journalist.
So my advice to Stephen and all viewers, voters, electors, let us start engaging in informed discussions like this one.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone who is watching and the leaders who are following, like Amanye Rogers of all.
Yes.
I was talking to someone in the municipality
And
here.
Izepi.
He told me these days they call him Mulindwa.
Yes, Mulindwa.
Like Izepi. However, Izepi is also the statement is there. It's somewhat propagandist because bringing Washington here, I don't think. Another thing, let us pray for we have the spirit of fear. Voters, I'm just sometimes I get wonders. You find a voter fearing a leader. To extent, a voter cannot hold a leader accountable or ask for transparency. And also our leaders are using that chance of that spirit of fear. When you ask for accountability or transparency, they will say, that one doesn't like me. And now he's supporting the other one, he's fighting me. So you become enemy. So let us ask accountability and transparency to our leaders. Then let us engage in informed discussion like this. Let us not spend our time in debating, in Marwa discussion, how do you drink, how much can we have? Informed discussions.
We can reshape our society.
Because in informed discussion, you come to know very many things, your role as a voter. You know, Mr. Moderator and the panelist, there is a very good tactics that has entered in the mind of everyone here. The public there. They know the only responsibility of a voter is to vote a leader. Once you vote, you have played your part. Meaning, let us engage in the electoral process to understand our roles as voters. Then we have to know these leaders, we voters, we are the boss. Hey, you can't sphere
So,
someone.
thank you so much, Nicholas. Let me conclude with these views here. There are some comments. There is Roger, as I said, thank you all the panelists. This is the best show ever. Also saw Benedict Yosaba. This show must be aired on all radio stations and TVs in Bunyoro, because we don't have such a show in Bunyoro like this, which talks about our issues. I pray. He has prayed. So that's how we shall always make it here. I want to thank you, Richard, for turning up and also for honoring our invitation. And also your submissions. Richard works with Radio 7, is an anchor. Even right now he wants to run to go and anchor. Charity at Hura for BBS, thank you so much. Stephen Wandera Kiki, NTV correspondent. But he's going for politics, he's going to contest for Masindi municipality. He's coming from Masindi municipality, I think the viewers are saying. Nicholas Aliganyira, thank you so much for your views and also some jargons. Some jargons. I want to thank the viewers for following up and also for their submissions. We are so grateful to them because really their submissions have been very, very, very great. Until we meet next Friday, same time, same panelists with another topic. Thank you so much for watching.